Hello everyone, thanks for joining in and welcome to an interesting webinar. Today Prateek will be talking about the Darvis boxed technical indicator and how you can use it in your trading. Over to you Prateek.
Thanks so much, Mohit. Hi, guys. Welcome to today's session. I'm Prateek. And instead of opening up and doing trend following or things that we normally do, what I thought today would be interesting is we will pick a book that I've read a long time back. It's called How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by this gentleman, Nicholas Darvas. Now, this book is interesting for two reasons because not only does he explain his entire journey in high detail, he also talks about his trades, the psychology, and the strategy. So I have two options. I can either review and summarize the book, or we can use that strategy he taught in the book and see if it works in Indian stock markets or not. Does that sound good? Can we do that? So our option is basically we'll take that strategy he taught in the book and we'll apply it to Indian stocks today, right now, and we'll see whether it works or not. And we can together see whether it's effective at all in the Indian context. Yes? All right. Before I begin, I just want to introduce LearnApp. LearnApp is a Rain Matter company. Basically, we are a video education platform where leaders in the world teach things about trading, finance, and investing. We also run live classes almost every day, which is interactive just like this. And it costs 500 rupees a month to access everything. So if you see the website, it's learnapp.co. You can see that if you want to learn investing, you have A. Bala teaching how to invest in mutual funds. You can learn value investing from S. Narain he's the CIO of ICICI Prudential. Learn how to judge management. Even the advanced courses like how do you do financial statement analysis of banks is done by CFA Anil Gilani. Very interesting things for you to look at. We also have basic on how financial services work. Of course, we have Team Zero that teaching how stockbroking works. And of course, we have trading. So we have Tom Basso. He's one of the market wizards who actually teaches trading in the stock market right here. So he teaches his own strategy. Very, very interesting. Check it out. Well, without moving too much into what we have, like scalping, algo trading, we use the Zerodha API for algo trading. Check it all out later when you can. But today, let's go back to our Darvis box that we're going to learn today. A few disclaimers before we begin. We are not registered advisors with SEBI. So today's class is not a recommendation. I will not be talking about latest prices. It's all historical. It's just teaching concepts so you can further your research. And of course, these views are my personal views of Prateek and not any other organization. Awesome. So let's talk about Nicholas Darvas. But before I do that, let me say hi to everyone. Hi, Nitin. Hi, Tony. Hi, Jigna. I can see Ujwal. Okay, guys, here is the deal, right? What I'm going to try to do is talk to you as much as I can and show you many examples as I can. Sounds good, right? नए नए चीजें दिखाऊंगा आपको मैं नए स्ट्रैटेजीज जो है उसको रियल स्टॉक्स में कम से कम 50 स्टॉक में दिखाऊंगा तो अगर if everyone agrees give me a big yes because this class can only be successful if you guys are typing. So everyone type YES if you think this is the right way to go. We'll go through 50 stocks and see whether this thing actually works or not. Yes? Yes? Give me a big hi. Awesome. Great. Now, whenever I talk, please reply with a yes or a no so I know that you're hearing me properly. Awesome. Great. Okay, one guy saying no. That's fine. Everyone else is saying yes. Let's go ahead. So, Nicholas Darvas, he was a Hungarian-born dancer trained in economics. So that's interesting. He understood how stock markets work, how the economy works, and he was a dancer. Now, back in 1952, dancing meant you would travel in ships across the world and trade. Now, we didn't have Kite Mobile back then, so you had to call up your broker when you were inside an office, maybe say New York or some city, place an order, and I think that clearing would take like a couple of days easily, probably a week. So because of this, his trading style is very long term. But remember, it's not investing. He's a trader and he uses the system I'm going to talk about today using that. And that $10,000 grew to $2 million in about, how much is that? 9 years, right? But also, please remember, this was a very strong bull market then. So that's one caveat. Maybe if it was not so strong, he would not have made so much money. But anyway, he was kind enough to share. He follows something called a breakout momentum trend following strategy. Now, he explained this in American context, right? But I'm very interested to know. India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, especially the stock market. So let's see whether his ideas hold any water in India or not. And this class will basically explore his strategy. All right? Awesome. Great. Now, he was famous for his time. He was on Time magazine. Now, he basically said this. If you ask many traders to explain their method, they say Elliott waves, they say Fibonacci, they say retracements, they say cycles. But my question is, why should a stock go up because of this analysis? And he thought that technical analysis isn't that great. Can you beat that? He traded using charts, but he thought no one can explain why these things work. तो इसका बड़ा सिंपल आंसर था उसका. उसने बोला मुझे मुझे कोई टेक्निकल एनालिसिस नहीं सीखना, मुझे इमोशंस पे खेलना है. सो लेट मी से दैट इन इंग्लिश. I don't want to trade Fibonacci or Elliott or anything else. What I want to do is, Nicholas said, I want to trade the emotions of people. And as you will find today, the strategy that he uses is not technical. It may look, but actually it's a process of elimination to find the best cycles in the market. Let me show you what it is. So he was actually a dancer, as you can see there. Professional dancer, lots of travel. This meant that his tracking was very slow, right? Information didn't pass as fast as it used to. So it was breakout, trend following, trailing, stop loss strategy. Let me read the questions very quickly. Any questions? Now, Krunal Patel is saying this is not possible in Indian market. Great. We don't know that yet. Let's explore it, right? Let's explore it. हो सकता है नहीं चले, लेकिन open mind से थोड़ा देखते हैं. हो सकता है. Okay, guys, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to talk in English and then also translate in Hindi. थोड़ा हिंदी होगा. Mostly it's going to be English. All right. Okay, let's move forward. So be here with an open mind. Don't say it will work, it will not work. We don't know. Let's explore. If it doesn't work, it's fine. So now some of the pros of this system that we're going to explore is that it's actually system driven because it's very black and white. It's a black and white kind of system, so it's difficult to stray away from the system. That's a good thing. The cons is you got to use a 1 month time frame, actually, or a 1 week time frame. So the weekly charts is what you can use this at, and it need lots and lots of patience. So if you're a short term trader who wants to use this on, say, some other time frame, then you can learn today and then do your own testing on a lower time frame and see if it works or not. But for me, please let me do this on 1 month and 1 week. I will do it on 50 stocks. All right. Okay, so what is the Darvis box? Let me tell you, very simple. He said stocks will, okay, can you see my screen? Why am I not able to select scribble? There it is. Okay. He basically said stocks move in a range which he called a box. Yeah, we all seen this, right? Market sideways hai, market kahin nahi jaan rahi hai, market range bound hogi. This always happens, right? That the market is sideways. But he actually defined this mathematically by using an all-time high principle. So the market will move in a range bound sideways, and then it will break out only to go range bound again. All right. So this is what Nicholas said. Range bound, it makes an all-time high, then again becomes sideways, then again goes high, then again becomes sideways. Of course, he is describing an uptrend, something that we all know very well, but he tried to define this mathematically. So let's understand the strategy. Everyone ready? Everyone ready? Yes? Okay, Stock Hunter can't see the screen, but everyone else can. Maybe you should refresh the page and it should work. Yeah, Sunny Chabra is absolutely right. He read the book. It's all about consistency. That's totally right. Yeah, totally right. So we have a sideways here, it goes up, and a sideways again. So let's see the example. Now, the beauty about this is poor Darvis had to do this by hand. So if you open, okay, I'll close this. If you open a chart, what you can do is at least on Zerodha, I'm not sure about others, you can go to studies, add Darvis, and you can click on Darvis box, and you have the Darvis box, and you don't change anything. Uncheck boxes. You don't want that, and just click OK. Now everything is already calculated for you, and basically this box that you see here, right, is the sideways box that I was talking about. So this box basically is mathematically trying to find what is the sideways. All right. Now you'll see in many cases it's not able to do that, but that's fine. We're basically looking at the all-time high of the last 100 days, or the last 1 week. Sorry, of the last 1 year, and sorry, all-time high forever, and that becomes the box. You don't need to worry about this calculation, but basically this is our box. Now, how do we trade it? Let me show you the trade. The trade's very simple. When we're in the box, nothing needs to be done. As soon as a bar closes above the box, you can write this down, please. As soon as a bar closes above the box, that's a buy according to Darvis. मैं इसको एक बार हिंदी में बोलता हूं. जो आपका बॉक्स है, जब बॉक्स है आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. जब कोई कैंडल उस बॉक्स की ऊपर क्लोज करता है, जैसे ही वो बार क्लोज होता है, वो आपका बाय पॉइंट है डार्वस जी के हिसाब से. एवरीवन गॉट इट? So when we close above the box, that is our entry point according to Mr. Darvis. Got it? Yes? Can everyone give me yes, got it? Awesome. He was using mountain graphs. Absolutely, Akash. And that was scary, right? Manish is saying, where can you find Darvis box? Very simple. When you open the chart, you click on studies and you find Darvis, click on it and click OK, and the Darvis box will come up on your screen. So very simple. Oh, did I just delete it? Sorry. Let me just add it again. Click, click, done. That's it. Just 2 clicks and it's done. Super simple, right? So your Darvis box is done here. Okay. Now, that's your entry point. Let me show you. That's your entry point. And below the box is going to be your stop loss. So your stop loss is here. Once a new box forms, stop loss is here. Now for the stop loss, what you need to do is when the bar closes below this box, that is your exit. Remember, we are entering at a close, exiting at a close. Everyone got it? Can everyone type this? According to Darvis, type this in chat right now. Otherwise, all the 50 stocks we do will be a complete waste. Please do this for me. When we close above the box, that's a buy. Everyone type it. When we close above the box, we buy. Write this. Please write this down. I'm waiting. When a bar closes above the box, that's an entry point according to Mr. Darvis. Can you write it down, please? Write it down. I'm waiting for people to write it down. Great. Next, when we close below the box, if we are long, then you exit the trade. Can we write it? When we close below the box, then we exit, of course, assuming that we've taken a long position. Yes, got it? All right. Now, of course, this is not what you should do. All right, remember that. This is what we're exploring that's in the book, and we'll test it on a few stocks. Let me read. Okay, everyone's typing. Fantastic. So proud of you. Thank you for typing this out. All right, now let's see some real examples. So this is Hind Petro, and I'm taking all old data, right? So 2 years old from 2016, 17. And I'll also show something later on, but this is a good example. This is your box. You don't need to make this box. The box will happen on its own on this chart, right? You don't need to make the box. Now, notice that this green bar here, can you see that? Oh, sorry. This green bar, can you see that? That green bar has actually closed above the box. Does everyone agree? Has this green bar closed above the box? Please type YES, yes. And what do you do when a bar closes above the box? You BUY, you buy. So that's your entry point. And then you're holding. Now, where's your stop loss? Your initial stop loss is here. So, of course, this strategy is good because it's easy to find the entry, but look at the stop. It's really far. So this is one thing I didn't like about this strategy is that the entry, fine, like 220, maybe 230. Stop is bloody at 140, man. That's really far. But okay, fine. No judgment to Mr. Darvis. That's what he did. Now, interestingly, market goes up, goes up, goes up. This is a monthly chart, by the way, guys. I will open this on weekly charts and show you more examples. This is just to understand how it works. That's your entry, holding, 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 and you get this dotted line. Now, this is the new box. You notice this red bar has closed below the box, or you can consider this red bar at 350, which is closed below the box. As soon as that happens, that is your exit. Now, the beauty of this is if you are trading a monthly chart, then basically you're trading the end of the month. So you just need to look at this once a month because you're trading the close. So it's a pretty cool. What is the time frame? Yeah, the time frame, guys. The time frame is monthly. I'm so sorry I didn't read your charts. The time frame is monthly, the one that you see in front of you, but we will test it on weekly. Okay, you see monthly, but I'm going to test it on weekly after this. So this is that, and you notice entries at 220 all the way to 400 se thoda niche. 350 is your exit. So I don't know what that is in percentage, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean the amount of effort you put, not bad. Okay, what's next? So remember, the box is being made as an all-time high. So when you buy any stock using, when Nicholas would buy a stock using this strategy, he's basically buying the all-time high. So it's not easy to do, right? So this bar has closed above the box. Now everyone say it with me. This bar is closed above the box. What do we do when a candle closes above the box? What do we do? It's a, can you write it? Can we do this on intraday? Don't worry, guys. Let's learn it on monthly. Then we learn it on weekly, and then we can talk about intraday. All right. Let's just focus on this. Buy. That's right. Beautiful. All you guys typing. Thank you for typing. Feels great. That's right. You are buying because we closed above that box. Isn't that beautiful what Mr. Nicholas did? And it goes up, it goes up. We have a new box. We wait for the market to close below the box. Doesn't happen. We have a new box. We wait for the market to close below the box. Doesn't happen. The market is still at 352. And according to his system, you're still, what do you do now? Should you exit or do you hold? Let's take a vote. Everyone tell me the answer. This stock was bought here according to Mr. Darvas. What do you do? Do you exit because of the great profit or do you hold on? Give me your votes. Hold, that's right. We don't exit because we don't know where the market's going to go. No one knows. And this basically makes you hold on to it. Beautiful, hold. Anyone said exit? Very bad. Of course not. You don't exit. You don't know where the market is going. That's the point. And this was like a 125 buy and it's still at 350. It's beautiful, more than 100%, I think, right? So that's very nice. Now, remember, I'm showing you good trades. Now, when we go through 50 stocks, I'm going to show you a lot of bad trades. So, I mean, bear with me. Okay, finally, one last test for all of you. This is a box and we have a bar which closed above the box. What do we do when a bar closes above the box? Type your answer in the chat so I know you're with me. Someone answered someone asked in the chat saying the boxes are very sparse. You're absolutely right. Because this is a monthly chart. When I open the weekly chart, you'll see a lot more boxes. But yes, the number of trades is very low. What do you do, guys? Is it a buy? Yes, that's right. Beautiful. That is an entry. That's a buy according to Darvis. Holding on, holding on. We have a new box here and we've not closed below this new box. What do we do? Should we exit or hold? Not we, but what would the system do? The system would exit or hold. It would hold. That's interesting. Mahendra Sainath says, where can we find Darvis box scanner in our market? Or do we have to manually search each kit? So Mahendra, good question. You have to manually do it. I don't know if you can run a scan on it. Maybe Streak has it, but I'm not sure. So you'll have to check. But I don't know if you can do that. Yeah, that's right. You hold. That's beautiful. And someone, Rahul said, add more. You're actually right, Rahul. But I won't be talking about adding. So here's the main idea, guys. Okay, when a stock makes an all-time high, you want to buy that stock and hold on to it. Out of 10 stocks that you buy, most of them will make no money. Let me say that again. Out of 10 stocks that you buy, most of them will not make any money, maybe even a loss. But a few of them, just by probability, will be huge. And that's the point of his system. Some of your trades will be huge winners and the rest will be break even or loss. Got it? Got it? Just like any money manager, most of your investments / trades will be duds. Only some of them will do an amazing job to give you a return. And that's the point with Darvis. So one thing is guaranteed. You'll get lots of break even, boring trades, but the goal is to capture that one or two or three really big winners. Is everyone with me? इसको हिंदी में बोलता हूं मैं. बेसिकली डार्वस जी ये बोल रहे थे कि 10 स्टॉक्स में से आप लेंगे तो मोस्ट ऑफ देम, ज्यादातर जो स्टॉक्स हैं आपको कोई रिटर्न नहीं देंगे, लेकिन एक दो शायद तीन आपको बहुत बड़ा कोई ट्रेड देंगे. एंड उसी गोल के लिए हम ये ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, ताकि एक या दो अच्छे सिर्फ प्रोबेबिलिटी की वजह से मिल जाए, क्योंकि सब ऑल टाइम हाई में थे, लेकिन ज्यादातर जो आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट्स होंगे वो ब्रेक इवन या थोड़े से लॉस में होंगे. ऑलराइट, बैक टू इंग्लिश नाउ. Here's another example of Pidilite. I'll just show you the example this time. This bar closes above this box. Beautiful. It's an all-time high for Pidilite. That's why it's the bar. 700, I think, would be your entry. Your stop loss would be waiting. Waiting to close below this bar doesn't happen. Waiting to close below this bar doesn't happen. Waiting to close below this bar. What do we do? Please type your answers. I hope most of you are right. We entered here. Look at this red bar. Has it closed below the rectangle, the Darvis box? So is it an exit or is it a hold? Please give me your vote. Please give me your is it an exit or a hold? What's the difference between blue and green box? Actually, it's only blue. There is no green. Exit, that's right. Awesome. So this is why I like this system, because it's easy to learn, easy to follow. But yeah, it needs lots of patience, right? So Pidilite, this is it. Now we've been looking at monthly charts. So if you understood so far, great. If you found it confusing, I would suggest you pause it and rewatch this part, because now I'm going into hyperdrive. I'm going to open up the weekly charts. I'm going to show 50 stocks. So that is going to be confusing if you didn't understand this. All right. So I won't be able to answer your question while I'm going through those 50 stocks. Is that a deal? Yes? Everyone okay with that? Yeah. Raju says, small suggestion, can you introduce GAN box in Zerodha? Okay, sure. So if you guys want to learn something new, I will give you the opportunity to suggest it to us and we will teach that. Yes? Okay, great. Is that a deal? Yes, deal, right? Okay, fine. So now the question is, does this really work in India's markets? I don't know. But let me show you something interesting. I want to do this test of 50 stocks with you. What we'll do is we'll use only Nifty 50 next stocks. Sorry, Nifty next 50 stocks. Why? Because they're smaller in market cap as compared to your main Nifty 50 stocks, but still large and the volumes are great, right? So we'll do 2017 till 2018 end. And that can be a test. Are we up for it? Yes? Everyone ready from this thing? How do you delete Darvis box from the chart? Interesting question. You just go to studies and click on this X icon, right? And you can also add it under studies. So it's very simple. Okay. Which time setting to be followed? Okay, everyone's asking time setting. I'm going to say time setting 3 times now. Weekly chart. Time setting is weekly chart. I'll say it again. Time setting is weekly chart. So I hope everyone knows the time setting now. Hafte wala chart. It's the weekly chart, guys. Okay. All right. So let's see some examples. What I've done here on my watch list, I have all the Nifty Next 50 stocks in the 3rd page and the 5th page. So these are 50 stocks. What are we looking for? Let me start with ABB. Okay, it is ABB. How stupid of me. So what we're looking for is this, right? We want looking for a box, and I'm waiting that if a bar closes above it. If I can see a bar closing above it, we see that stock. Otherwise, we skip it. Look at this. This is a bar. Did any bar close above this? No. So we just skip. Okay, here we have a box. This bar sort of closed above the box. And this bar closed below. So that's your exit. ACC is a loss trade. Remember, with this strategy, you will see that most of your trades will be break even, but some of them will be big winners. So let's see if that's true. Ambuja Cement is another example. We didn't close above it. Next to Ashok Leyland, there it is. Oh, green boxes. This one you're saying. Okay, let me remove that. So basically, that's your ghost box. You remove that. It's just a stupid way of making it more complicated. Just don't worry about it. So let's see our example, right? So we have Ashok Leyland. This green bar, let me zoom in for you. You see that this green bar is closed above this box. Why is the box so small, you ask? Well, this is based on all-time high. So this bar basically was an all-time high on the weekly charts. That's our entry. We're waiting for a bar to close below the box. Doesn't happen here, doesn't happen here. But as we can see, this red bar closed below this box. That's enough for an exit. So your entry is here, 115, and this bar has closed below this box. Or if you are very conservative, you wait for this box, but looks too late to me. So your exit is 136, your entry is 115. Not great for the time you spent, but that's what it is. So I think it's 15% or something like that. Let's look at Oro Pharma. Sorry. Okay, so no trade here, obviously. DMart, there it is. So DMart is, so we have this green bar closed above the Darvis box. That's your entry. No, nothing closed below this box. Nothing closed below this box. Here is this red bar which closed below this box. That's your exit at 1,400, and your entry was like 900 rupees. So I think, I'm not sure. I think that's 500 rupees on a 900 rupees stock. I think that's a lot. That's 55%. Now, here's the question. Was there any way for anyone to pick DMart? The answer is no. No one can predict which stock will do well. No matter how much fundamental analysis you do, it's very difficult to know. The only thing you can do is trade 10, 20 stocks, and some of them are winners like DMart. Does that make sense? Yeah, just because of probability. Can we use this intraday? Hold on. I don't think you can use this intraday, but I will just talk about how this works, and we'll talk about the intraday later. Is that okay? Yes? Can we just talk about these trades now? Do you want me to go through all the 50 trades, or should I just stop? Because the more questions I get, it'll just be impossible to answer. Can I go through all the 50 trades? Can I do that? Yes? Yeah, okay. Because DMart is currently running. Interesting. So what you need to do, right? So we had the entry here, but according to Darvis, when a bar, any bar, so this red bar, right, it's closed here, and this box is still here. So you would exit. But if you think that if a new bar is started and you want to exit only below the new bar, then you will still hold. So that's something you need to see. I'm usually very aggressive, so I guess if there's any box that any bar that closes below a box, I would just consider that an exit. But since it's a new box, I guess you could wait, and your stop loss would be here, assuming we close there. So yes, you can still be holding on to this stock. Yeah? Got it? Yeah. Thank you so much. Let me move forward. So let's see next, Bajaj Holdings. Okay, here's another example. So we have this green bar closed above it. That's your entry, waiting for a close below the box, and we got it. God damn it. So this red bar closed below it, you're out. So small profit. Not bad. Let's see. Bandhan Bank, nothing. Bank Baroda, nothing. See, but market's going down. So, obviously there's no entry. BHEL, nothing. Biocon. Well, Biocon, I guess, was just lucky. So we have a box here. This green bar closed above it. Hold on. Gap up, high. And this red bar right here, you see that? That red bar, sneaky little thing, closed below your Darvis box, and that's your exit. So your entry is what? 400, and the exit is 565. Now remember, this is great, but you require a lot of patience for this. But yes, you can try to do this on something like a 60-minute chart, but I've never tested it. So you will have to do that. Cadillac, okay, nothing here. Cadillac, I mean, you have one trade here, buy here and then exit, but it's boring. Colpal, same thing, that's your entry right here. Stop, bar closes below here, you're out. So this is a break-even trade despite holding this for 4 months. I'm just reading your questions. What is the use of ghost box? Actually, I don't know, Shivanshu. I'm not sure what ghost boxes are, so I removed them. Don't use this, but weekly is fine. Which time should we follow? Weekly charts, Samir. And we can probably explore a little bit on the shorter time frame, but I doubt it'll work. No trade, no trade. Oh, Dabur, we have this nice green bar closed above it, and you would hold on. You're still holding on. Sorry, you exited here and re-enter and still holding on. So two trades for Dabur, all nice. So you get the point, right? If you look at Divi's Lab, that entry just happened and you're still holding on to it. DLF, what? Okay, GICR, nothing. Godrej CP, they have an entry here and hold till the end. Wow, that's difficult. I mean, the stocks come back and you're still holding on to it. That's crazy, man. So that's one of the problems with this strategy. See, when this happens, that's crazy. What else do we have? HDFC. Oh, I think that's there my mistake. HDFC is not Nifty next. So same thing. You'll note the same patterns again and again. I think this company had it. We closed above it. Break even or small loss. Hindustan Zinc, same thing. I'm just trying to find another trade. Just bear with me, please. ICICI Pru, nothing. At least in 2018, nothing. So you see the number of trades, you got a few and far between. And just nothing interesting that you can see. Most of them are break even. So the ones that you saw, Dabur and DMart and all, were there. So Page is another example. This close above, holding on, you're exiting here, buy again, holding on, exiting here. So, and this is just rinse and repeat. Now you notice this is really not technical trading. Basically what Darvis was doing, he's buying all the stocks that were hitting all-time highs. Some of them would get stopped up. Some of them would become like huge up moves. He would hold on to them. And he did this for 10 years and just made money. So I don't think he was a genius. I don't think we can be geniuses. It was just good money management consistently over a long period of time. It's pretty simple. You probably don't even need a chart for this, to be honest. Just all-time high and a place to keep the stop, and that's it. Some interesting things about Nicholas, and then I'll read your questions. He said, I have no ego in the stock market. If I make a mistake, I admit it immediately and get out fast. Now, Darvis thinks his system is the height of being conservative. It has to be a big profit in a stock. He puts the stop loss order just below the level at which the sliding stock should meet support, which is what we discussed in the box. For example, he bought a company called Universal Controls at 18 and sold it at 83. Despite that this had gone all the way to 102. Now, this is interesting that the stock went to 102. He didn't sell. He followed his strategy and exited at 83. Imagine that. I think that's a difficult thing to do. He said, I've never bought a stock at the low or sold one at the high of my life. I'm satisfied for having most of the right. So remember, he never wanted to catch the top and bottom. In fact, he thought you can't do it. I also think you can't do it. If you can catch a little bit of meat in the center, even that's pretty difficult to do. So that's a good jump into how he thinks, I think. Let me read your question before showing one last example. Can it be useful for short sell? Actually, Choku Ramu, you're right. It can be useful for short sell, and he did use it for short selling. But in India, you have to use futures, which is highly leveraged. So I would recommend not doing it. What else? If you're asking about a particular stock like Hind Petro, Asian Paints, I can't do that. I'm sorry, but you can use this information there, right? I can't tell you that. Do we have to monitor these stocks daily? No, Akshay, because it's a weekly chart. You just have to check on Friday. Show me the proof on 2 million. Well, he was interviewed and it was verified by Time Magazine and other people independently. I don't know him personally. Learn to pro traders, and I did not make 2 million. This is a book review. Should this be useful for option trading? Sure. Tell about graphite. MS says, look at Asian Paints, it's breaking out. Sure, have a look, but I won't be able to tell you whether it works or not. You'll have to figure that out on your own. How to decide stop loss when the boxes are closed together. So Shikat, is very simple. Like I said, if you rewind this video, you'll be able to see how you place the stop loss. You wait for the close below the box and you're out. So you don't really place a stop loss. Okay, let me show you an example. So this is Nicholas's trade on Lorillard. Very interesting. So first, he noticed this stock. It was a cigarette company. And interestingly, B right here, he bought 200 shares at $27. Unfortunately, at C, it went below the box and he exited. So he had an initial stop loss where if the market comes back into the box, he exits. So he bought at 27, he exited at 26 and took a loss. Isn't that amazing? Then in D, he saw, hey, the market's again gone above the box. He bought it again at 28. So clearly, he's a confident man following his strategy. And he bought another 400 shares at 35. So he would add also. I don't know how he did that though. And then continued strength after the drop. Over here, he would buy again. And then the stock split. And he never talked about the exit. But this is an example of him following the system, not knowing where the market will go, but just follow the system. So if you guys found this interesting, I would love to know what you want us to teach. So you're already on this page, right? You're already on this page, how I made 2 million. Remember, this is a book review. I did not make 2 million. This is Darvis's book review. If you're on this page, there is this link of Twitter. So you can click on Twitter and tweet to us and tell me what do you want to learn next. I will try our best to do that, and we can share that knowledge with you on Zero Tha Educate and explore how those things work. Please tweet that. Protein Cube says, I made 5 crores in 2 years. That's amazing, Protein. You should take a class as well. All right. I'm just reading the comments. Interesting. So please tweet if you want us to know anything. Do check out Learn App if you can. And I think I had one more thing to ask. Yes, tomorrow we have a very interesting class on risk management. That's right here. It's probably one of the best classes we have tomorrow at 11 a.m. So do check it out. I'm sure you'll really like it. And yeah, we have a lot of other courses on psychology and options and classes that you can get in. Check the courses out. I'm sure you'll love them. Thank you so much for your time. I'm just reading your questions. If you have any reviews, please tweet to us, ask us what you want to learn, and we'll try to do that. If you have any question on intraday, which a lot of people were asking, what I would recommend is try the hourly charts, open it up like this. So say, let's see this, and open, say, the hourly chart and test it. I don't think this would work, but you should definitely try. The problem with intraday is that you want to exit before the day is over. So let me show you one example of why intraday will be a little difficult, but if you can solve it, then of course, you can make this work. So here it is. So now what the system is trying to do is catch this trend, right? Now we are, oh, this is not even hourly, sorry. So let me find an hourly trend. Here it is, great. So now what the system is trying to do is catch this entire uptrend, right? Here, if you're doing an hourly chart for, say, Ashok, right, you'll see that this green bar closes above the box. Now, you would exit here because the day is ended, but actually the trend has not. So, I mean, in this case, it looks to be a profit, but what do you do if the market just kept going up? So you'll have to see whether it may, or it goes up, you enter it, and it falls down, you exit, the next day it gaps up and the trend continues. Because you're artificially trying to exit the stock before the day ends because you want to do intraday. So that sounds like a challenge to me, but if you can find a way around it, then I mean, why not? But that's a challenge. So sit down today, do some research. Here's another example of Bandhan Bank. So look at this. The entry was here, for example. Supposing you would have exited intraday and made a loss, but the next day it just went up, and you would have not made money here. So to me, that looks like a disadvantage. But guys, do your own testing. I mean, I don't know. You probably will find something better. And that's my answer to intraday. You'll have to test. You will also get chances like this where the market opens and it just goes up, but you'll have to check that out. I hope this was useful. And please tweet to us if you have any questions or you want to request any future classes. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Prateek. That was very interesting. I'm sure traders out there had plenty of takeaways.